Crash in Europe. This ain't too bad, is it? I think he's just been stung by a bloody wasp thing. Look at them buildings. Which brings me to my next point. What is the point or purpose of insurance? Crash in Europe. Chassis bent at the bloody garage, the only one that will accept me. Welcome to my page. The page that reassures you that your life is better than mine. I wonder what we're going to get up to today then. Well, I think it's fair enough to touch on and talk about this drama that we're having. But anyway, apart from that, let's go and have a bloody look at what else we get up to today, shall we? You guessed it. Welcome to Poland. Wowza, welcome to Warsaw, the capital. Welcome to my bloody yet another drama I'm having. Welcome to my life. First of all, I need to stress this. If you are new at driving, this is a little bit of a teaching video, I suppose, which is not my typical thing. I'm hoping we bump into a few things that is my typical thing along our little route, but I doubt that very much. We seem to be in a industrial estate. However, don't judge a book by its cover. Right, the teaching part. And I'll just say it out, I'll just say it right now. So, like I said before, I'm not one of them who drag things on and drop the message halfway through so you can like catch it should you watch the whole video. This is important. What do you do in a van or a car, I'm assuming, but I'm not 100% on that. Should you crash abroad? What should you do? Keep watching the video and we'll touch more on that later. As in right now. I found a view, by the way. You love that, don't you? We'll touch on it right now. First thing you do, get your little warning triangle. Stop the van, stop everything. You know, make sure everything's turned off, especially in the van. You're in the world of leisure batteries, aren't you? More importantly, you're in the world of lithium batteries. Did you know if you dropped a lithium into there, lithium battery, and it was cracked and the water could get into the lithium, it kabooms? Did you know that? Don't mess with lithium. They're very smart batteries. That's why they come with very smart systems. Again, this is just from talking to my friend the other day. I'm not an expert in that by any means, but I do know they kaboom. So make sure everything's isolated, make sure everything's turned off, you know. Get your little warning triangle out. What warning triangle, Kieran? Wow, that's funny you should ask. This ain't too bad, is it? Oh, you love that. In Europe then, what I meant by the warning triangle, you need a driving kit. This includes, this is off the top of my head, but just thinking back, it includes things like light bulbs, your luminous jacket, your warning triangle, and things like that. You know, you need these things. It's like a legal thing for the majority of the countries out here. Hence why in France protest they always wear a luminous vest, don't they? It's funny that, isn't it? But it's because they've all got one, because they all carry this European kit. I picked mine up from Amazon for around £20. Other people who sell triangles are available. Oh. Whilst myself and Brucey are chilling on the only beach we've stumbled across that no one seems to have a problem, that is on. Let's touch on more. So in Poland, for example, each country is different. It's a different country, isn't it? You know this, right? Each country is different. For example, and purely because I'm here now, you need legally to carry a fire extinguisher. A little kilogram fire extinguisher is enough. Along with other things like driving with your headlights on. You need to be doing that. Like that's they'll pull you over for this. Well, I say pull you over for this. The way these guys drive, that's what the book says, right? So bear that in mind as well. What I mean by their driving is, I'm in Warsaw now, and my plan was to venture around Warsaw just to see it. Absolutely not. After my crash yesterday, this was on the border of Lithuania and Poland, right on that border, on the way to Warsaw. The driving is the worst I've ever seen, and I'm not having a dig, or a cheap dig. I'm being truthful. I've drove through Kabul, I've drove through Kandahar, Lashkar Gah, like you name it. Like these are this is the worst place I've ever driven, this area, like, you know. South of Latvia, it's a dog eat dog. You are 1 second, half a second too late, beep, they expect someone to pull in, like, and I mean skimming your van or vehicle by the skin of my teeth, so about 2 inches. And I'm not saying I don't recommend coming here. This is my 3rd time in Poland, right? I've been to Warsaw before, the capital. I'm probably not saying that correctly again, but I've been here before, and I've been to where the concentration camp is, Krakow. I've been to Krakow as well. Highly recommend these places, like truly. I'm just recommending not to drive. Fly in. It's a beautiful town, city, beautiful beyond belief. And that's why I'm devastated I won't be able to show you it. The dog's all right. That is the most important. Well, you can't even see him, can you? Where is he? There. There he is. Make sure the dog's all right. That's the most important thing. Right, let's have a little ramble on now, shall we? I think he's just been stung by a bloody wasp thing. The wasp thing is no longer with us, like, but... Okay, let's touch on stuff that's relevant to Brits, shall we? The limit for having a, you know what, to go off, to give you something to go off, the UK. So the UK has got a limit of 0.08. What does that mean? I don't know, but that's what it is. If you blow that over that, you're in trouble in the UK. So that's something to go off. And to touch on the countries I went through, Denmark. So UK is 0.08, right? We'll say 0.8 just for ease. Denmark is 0.5 less. Germany 0.5, Sweden 0.2, Norway 0.2, Finland 0.5, Estonia 0.2, Latvia 0.5, Lithuania 0.4, Poland 0.2. They're not 0.2s, it's 0.0 whatever I said. Understand so far? Luckily, I was sat near a wasp nest and we're getting chased at the minute. So yeah, I thought I'd record it. Just in case no one believes my bloody stories, my problems, my dramas that I get into. Come on, Bruce, please. Right, please help me. I'm getting terrorised by someone. I need to get back to the main track. Right, 2 secs, bear with. Now I'm lost. I didn't go far off the main track. I was expecting it to be here. But yet here we are. Come on, Bruce, keep walking, boy. I need to lay off the Gatorade. So that, the boozy woozy, right? There's stricter laws. Every country I named is less than the UK. It's as simple as that. Like, again, you are an adult. Do whatever you're gonna do whilst I get out of here, but just be aware of that, okay? It's up there. We might just have to beeline it across, you know. I'm getting like chased by something every now and then. It's dive bombing me. Here we go. Another thing to bear in mind is don't go in there. Just don't go in there. It's not worth it. There was tissue paper by the water anyway, and bottles and whatnot. It's not worth it. We just nearly got jabbed up. Right, that's enough cardio for September, please. Jeez Louise. Again, that was looking a little aggressive one. You know when you give a wasp one of them? No, not this one. They were longer, it's stretchier. A hybrid, perhaps. Don't know, but I don't recommend that little place there. Wow. Right, let's continue with our story. What actually happened then? Well, that's funny. You should ask. What happened was, the roads aren't like they are in the UK, and I've touched on this a little bit on Tickety Snockety. The roads aren't like they are in the UK. It's a foreign road, isn't it? It's not what we're used to. Is it? Same with their driving. If they was in the UK doing that, genuinely, not a cheap dig, they'd be locked up. Some of them, like honestly, locked up. It's a different ball game, different thing. So being on these unfamiliar / bloody dodgy roads compared to what we're used to, and when I say count your blessings that you drive in the UK, I mean that as well. Count your blessings. You've got no Kieran's potholes, and I'll tell you another story about that in a minute, where I almost wanted the floor to swallow me up kind of thing. I'll tell you that in a second. We was on a motorway. There's roadworks. Picture the M5, right? A real legit motorway. Roadworks come out of nowhere, and out of nowhere, one lane, single lane. The slip road to get to the fuel station had disappeared in these roadworks. The locals, however, being the cool, amazing drivers that they appear to be, from my experience, from what I've seen, my evidence, have made their own slip road. This is on the M5. This is like someone driving over the grass verge to make a path, like a track, right? And I'm not joking either. This is what I mean. But it's a sharp right turn. It wasn't a glide in like a slip road. It's a sharp right turn. Naturally, people want to go and get fuel, don't they? So there's a little bit of a queue from people turning right. We're on the right hand side of the road here, remember. Naturally, because of one or two people wanting to fuel up, there's a little bit of a queue on this single lane that I mentioned earlier on. Now these guys are not sticking to the limit. I do. Well, I have no choice really. When it says like 130 kilometers an hour, my van's not doing that, you know, so I've got no choice. They go past that by a lot, some of them. Look at them buildings. They're little charmers. That's what I mean about Warsaw. It's stunning, but the driving is bad. They're cracking autobahn details. Literally, I'm not joking either. And I'm including through roadworks where it should be in the UK. It'll be a 50 mile an hour average speed limit, wouldn't it? They don't care. Different world. Naturally, there's a queue. I slowed down because, you know, I've got bloody eyes and stopped accordingly. So did the white van behind me, stopped accordingly. Matey boy though, in the Mercedes, can you believe that? Yes, I can. In the Mercedes, was on his ring. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? And didn't see. What happened next then? Well, I'm guessing if you got this far into the story, and the fact you don't have to be a bloody astronaut, psychiatrist, bloody brain surgeon to work this one out, yeah. White van took the brunt of it. Mercedes, thank God, was smashed up and will no longer be with us. The person inside is. That's important. No one was harmed, apart from my neck was killing yesterday, like really. I've never had whiplash before, but it was really hurting. It felt like it's, you know, when you sleep on your neck, and you're like, for like 3 days. It was like that, but say that, like that was a 10. This was like a 4, a 3/4, but it seems to have gone now. So by the looks of things, I haven't got whiplash from it, but I wouldn't be surprised if White Van Man hasn't. Another healthy country. Always check the rules. I mean, always check the what the hell the traffic directions mean, the signs, the lights. I mean, for example, what's a flashing green light? What is a flashing green light? Go on, hazard a guess. There's no point asking me. I forgot. I haven't seen that in a country or two, but it's out here. You know, there's flashing arrows as well. They're out here. That's what, you know, it's different worlds. Bear that in mind. Always, if you're partial to having a little boozy, right, bear that in mind. That's the type of stuff that will get you locked up, and they throwing away the key from there. Like, you know, check the basics. Zebra crossings, for example. Where was I? It's since the Baltics again. So Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. A zebra crossing will come out of absolutely anywhere. I'm talking after you've took a bend, like turn, and you think everything's safe because there's a green arrow. A green arrow means go, doesn't it? It means everything. A green light means go if it's safe to do so. A green arrow means go in the UK, not to the places I've been on this trip. Bear that in mind. Pedestrians will still have the right of way in some instances, not all, but some. Is it easy to determine which pedestrian crossing sidewalk thing has got more power over the other one? No, especially when you're flapping anyway because you're in the middle of like a unknown city. Absolutely not. Then adding to the fact that other drivers around areas drive in accordance with a dog-eat-dog mentality. Bear that in mind. We won't touch more on that. We'll go and try and find something cool to look at. But yeah, I'm looking for a cafe, to be honest. I haven't had a coffee because guess who's run out of gas? Don't, guys, it's getting tiring now. We bloody found one, didn't we? Thank God for that. Yeah, gas has gone again at the wrong time, like. Can you believe it? Don't have to believe it because it's bloody true, unfortunately, but it is true. Really, 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 really good news. I've been quoted 2,000 zloty, which translates to approximately 420 quid for the damage. He's broke a full fuel pipe, something to do with the alternator which needs replacing, plus the labour and some other things. I'll double check that when I'm at the van. As a comparison to the only silver lining here, if that happened in the UK, I'll be looking at a 20 to 30% pay increase. My God! Thank God it didn't happen in Norway, because guess what? Who's not insured, there are no claims? Me? Which means, should I claim on my insurance? Not only have I got the duty £200 excess, I lose my no claims, my 9 years no claims. I don't know why it's only 9 years, to be honest with you. I've been driving for nearly 20 and I've never crashed. But yet here we are. Which brings me to my next point. What is the point or purpose of insurance? Yeah, I know you legally need to have it in the UK, like. I don't know, I can't speak for elsewhere, but I know you legally need to have it. But they don't look after you. You try and make a claim. If you've ever been misfortunate enough or unfortunate enough to have to claim, they fight tooth and nail like. They're supposed to be team you, but they're not, are they? I don't get that. I know it's legal and whatnot, but genuinely, what on earth is the point in that? Thank you, insurance companies, looking after the small guys. Honestly, I can't get that around my head. When I crashed, or remember when I crashed in Stranraer, I didn't crash, it wasn't my problem, it wasn't my accident. Someone who was under the influence, and not the liquid kind, pulled out in front of me and I swerved to miss him. Hence why one of my headlights is gleaming and the other one's not, because one's new. It crumpled my van basically on that front left as I'm driving it, the front left section. Honestly, I battled them for, it's got to be 4 or 5 weeks. My insurance, he was under the influence. He got arrested. Right, well, we won't talk any more on that because it'll wind me up. But yeah, I don't get it, I don't get it. Touching back on this problem, this crash, matey boy was on his phone. Does anyone know more about insurance than me? I.e. anything about insurance. What is the point in it? What's actually been done to my van? I don't know yet, I can't remember what he said. There's a little bit of a language barrier, but I'll have the invoice and we'll be able to compare the prices, pinpoint the prices exactly and compare it to the UK. My God, right, let's think of something that happened funny. Pothole lady. Where do we begin? There you go. To be honest with you, this is probably better to show you. I wanted to show you like the picturesque, the all singing, all dancing like I tried to do to encourage you to get out and about. However, it's not better, let's be honest, but however, you can, you're seeing the real Poland here. You know, it's not just sunshine and rainbows. I'll show you the actual view rather than me ramble. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, you know, there are outskirts. And I live in Solihull, and not a truer word can be said about that bloody place. But 3 miles out of Solihull city centre, it looks like Chernobyl. That's not an exaggeration either. Solihull is worse than this, the outskirts. That's the truth. But yeah, here we are. Not as good as this, that's what I should have said. Oh, there's an Audi. I'm running low on supplies as well. My shopping day was supposed to be yesterday. This has turned into such a cluster. To be honest with you, the thought has gone through my mind to go home But no, that would be giving up, wouldn't it? We're not in the business of giving up. We're in the business of reclaiming. That's what we're doing. And what a better place to do it. No better place to do it. Sorry, I'm tripping over words again. Then Poland. You love that, don't you? I want to touch on your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a joke and the truth. Did you know that? Did you know that? No, you didn't. But you're here, and we know a lot of random little facts. So when you say you're rubbish, when you say you're down, when you say, why is it always me? Why blah, 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 blah. And I get that, I've been there myself, and I am still, to be fair. But I do put a fake smile on to get out of it. So what would you rather be? Happy or sad? Remember, your subconscious, and this is true, you can search it yourself, doesn't know the difference. You can say, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other, and you will believe it deep in your brain. Like, this is things you can't control anymore. You've said it, you've done the damage. Hence my fake smile. I mean, let me list a few things that have happened since I've been here before I talk about Pothole Lady. This is a bit better, isn't it? Perfect scenery to tell a story. So why aren't we? Well, let's continue. Since I've been here, I told you about Matey Boy. I think that was in Latvia, offering me out basically. That's staring me out, and I was like, mate, I don't get bullied anymore. I've been bullied all my life by everyone, including the MOD. Like, and I'll touch more on that. Should they get out of their little, should they press my buttons, so I don't get bullied anymore. That's like one of my lines, right? And it's as simple as that, really. So Matey Boy was staring me out. I told you about this, and what's he doing here? And I responded with, here to see your mother. I told you that story already. A few days after, like literally a day or two after, I thought I was spiked, genuinely as well. I'm not joking. For some reason, I did mention the other day that I've either got toilet roll hanging out the back of my trousers, or for some bizarre reason, I'm eye candy around here. And I'm not joking on that either. I would never boast, never brag, never do anything like that, but this is just what I'm seeing. Anyway, I mean, this isn't normal. Like, this isn't normal for me. I walk around unnoticed all the time. And then there was like a really attractive lady come and sat next to me. Used the dog as an excuse to break the silence, like she did. She came up to me. That's the weird thing. And I was like, mate, what the? Thinking, what's going on here? And then my beer was, I bought a Kronenberg, but I was given a cloudy one. It was cloudy, fizzing weird and all this sort of stuff, but I've been spiked before, so I know the signs, you know, and I know how scary it is as well. Completely weird. So long story short, I left a drink and just done one, and if that happens to you, do that as well. Don't risk it. Because I don't know what I can and can't say on social media, but I'll touch briefly what it felt like when it happened to me. For real, I could not move at all. My head was the only thing. I could blink, I could think, and I was like, do not go to sleep, do not go to sleep. And then there was basically two Russians came in, because it was to do with a girl again. I was spiked by a girl, and this is why I was conscious about this honey trap potential thing the other day, because of a girl, and that's why I don't trust anyone. But that's when I seen the cloudy Kronenberg. I was like, what on earth? And these warning lights going off in my mind. What it looks like, again, I won't touch on the ins and outs of it. I couldn't move from the head down. I could move my head, but nothing else. Imagine how terrifying that is. You know, oh, no, but I'd be able to. Absolutely, I couldn't move at all. My vision went sort of like, you know, when the room's spinning, but an extreme example of that, like when the room's spinning, my vision was going up and down, like boom, 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 boom. And I was like, what have you done? I could still talk. I was like, what have you done to me? And I was just thinking, do not fall asleep. Whatever happens, do not fall asleep, because I don't know what's going to happen here. That's why I'm a bit aware of these things. And when I seen the this weird scenario where this girl approached me out the blue, out the ordinary as well, I was like, nah, this has got warning lights written all over it, kind of thing. But yes. So that's happened to me also. So I've been potentially bullied, which lasted about 3 seconds because I nipped that in the bud straight away. Like I said, never get bullied by anyone. I never go around looking for trouble, but never ever get bullied by anyone. Potentially spiked, should I, but luckily I disappeared quickly once attention was drawn elsewhere. But she did say, why are you not drinking? She also said, why is the dog not drinking? I was like, what are you doing to my dog? That's the line, that's where the happy face turns upside down. We're at the garage here. Also, my starter motor broke. Oh no, what's going on to the van? They're doing stuff to it. No, my starter motor broke as well. Just nearly got run over between saying that last clip to now, genuinely. What else has bloody happened? The dog had to go into the vets. He's got a tick-borne disease. So I've had to go to the vets, get 200 and something euros worth of treatment. That was in Latvia, or Estonia, was it? That trip alone to the vets, the dog's okay, as you can see, resulted in me getting a ticket because I couldn't pay for parking because they don't accept British phone numbers to pay for the parking. Guys, I've took the hit on this trip, so you don't have to. I've took the brunt of it. I've took the problems. There's none left. Come abroad, come and experience it for yourself, because there's no problems left. I've had them all. Well, let's go and sit down, boy, and chill the F out. What a trip. And he's a knock-on effect. What was that? Some child just got tarmacked, probably. Gordon Ramsay. And that's why I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to call this trip a wrap and just beeline it all the way to the house, to my home back in the UK. Call the trip short kind of thing, but no, that's a quitting mentality, isn't it? Never quit either. All this is true. Like, I've been knocked down throughout my life, so these things that have happened to me is not a problem. So these things don't bother me, but hence why I'm able to smile. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference, guys. Right then, van fixed, 2,000 zloty. Oh God, about £420. We touched on what happened and whatnot yesterday. Absolute nightmare. However, I met two guys at the garage, legends they were. One of them just so happened worked in the UK for a stretch. But yeah, he worked in the UK, but he came back to Poland. What a pair of legends they were. They talked through everything. They've sorted the van out properly. Not the day I phoned, because I phoned late. I phoned about 6 PM on the evening, but they squeezed me in the next day, fixed it, changed the bloody alternator, fixed the faulty. There was a leaking fuel thing apparently. The whack affected the fuel pipe as well. They changed that, plus their labour, plus their professionalism and their expertise. You don't see that in the UK, And I feel like I'm digging at the UK. I'm not. It's home, and it will always be home. But since I've been to bearing in mind I've had another van problem like before, earlier on in this trip. Excuse this, it's bloody freezing here, and it's early as well. Because when I got here last night, it was pitch black, and I thought, what's the point of recording? You won't be able to see me. But what a pair of bloody legends. They've fixed it. But there was another problem when I got it on the road. Because of the whack again, my leisure batteries in the back were not charging. I'll tell you a little bit about that. They weren't charging because of the whack. I'm thinking, Jesus, I'm going to have to go to some sort of van, like camper van place to get it checked out. And this is what I was saying yesterday about ChatGPT, right? It has absolutely diagnosed the entire thing. It's said, because I've got a spare, I've got a spare battery in here for emergencies, essentially. Should my two cool lithium bad boys in the back go down, which they didn't go down, they still had the charge, but it just wasn't charging. I've got that to power the Starlink to Mum, get help, basically. And it's taught me through the whole thing. It's got me to check the spare battery, go through all the ports and whatnot. Same with the back, do all that. But again, that's been done professionally. I didn't do that, so it's been done legitimately. That's what I was like, it doesn't make sense. Why are they not charging? Turns out, and here's another little tip for you, it's the bloody control panel. Excuse the mess. I'm a single guy living on my own with a dog, travelling the bloody world. I don't care about the bloody mess, alright? This thing here, there was faulty cables in the back, not faulty, what's it called? Simply a loose little thing has triggered and tripped the whole thing, the whole van in the back. This has been on and off for months, and ChatGPT has just solved it in about 4 minutes. I highly recommend that. Right, let's wrap this video up then, shall we? So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Again, spread over 2 days because it was too dark when I got to this place yesterday. But what a place, look at it. And I'm on my own, even better. But Warsaw, we didn't manage to go and see the beauty of the capital of Poland. We didn't get eyes on this time. Don't you love different worlds? I absolutely adore it. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little bit strange to what I normally do, but we've had problem after problem, and rather than lose an episode of a off day, cheers, I thought I'd tell you what, you know, ins and outs that I've learned along the way. You know, things with the problem with the crash and how we fixed it, the costs and stuff, how to go about it. You know, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. But yeah, thank you for watching as always, and take care now. And don't you ever forget to bye then. Thank you for watching.